tutorial starts with a song, but it's only a few seconds long.
Computer animation. Computer animation. Computer animation.
Let's get started with animation. I know enough about biology to be aware that no leaves without trees, but we won't concentrate on trees today, just the leaves. Let's draw two leaves. Go to curves and surfaces and use this icon. You go to the top window. By the way, if you don't know how to navigate here, that's more or less for beginners. If you have this window here and briefly press the space bar, that's what I just did, and then you hover the mouse over the top window and briefly press it again, you're right here. Okay, another hint for beginners: when you keep the key X pressed, so you press and hold the key X on the keyboard, you can snap the first point to a grid point. Could have been here as well, anywhere. I just start here in the center of the scene. And I place the next one with X right here. And then I'm free to go, and I'll draw one leaf like this. Since this looks more like a tree and not like a leaf, I need a much thinner stem. So I press the key F8, which gives you the component selection here. And what I basically do is I select those down here, and as you can see, there's a gradient here going from yellow to red and blue. That's because I have this on. Let me just check. It's called soft selection. It's toggled on. If I toggle this, it gives me a selection of the points down there. That's actually what I want. And but still, we will use this in a second, the soft selection tool. That's just where to find it. Double click here. Now I press the key B, and B deactivates the soft selection. So now I can scale those points here and make this part a little bit thinner, like this. This is basically just fine. And I hide that curve, H. Now create a second leaf. Okay, F8 again. So we have two leaves now. One is hidden, one is not hidden. And now I need to make a surface out of them. You cannot make as far as I know, a polygon surface, which we need for mesh later, out of curves. So you have to kind of go through the NURBS surface world. Go to modeling, and then you find surfaces here. Or you can use one of these icons. You can guess which one it is. Surfaces planar. So you have this curve selected, and now Maya creates a planar surface. You see that in the perspective view very well. It's a surface now. Actually, it is the other way around. We can reverse the direction. Under surfaces, the very bottom command here is reverse direction. So you see the gray up and the black down, which does not really matter, but that's the way it goes. Let's unhide this one, the first curve. That's Shift H. So it's back here. We create a planar surface from that. In order to see it properly, we can move it a little bit up. So that's our second surface now. And now I select both surfaces, NURBS surfaces, not the curves, the surfaces, and I go to Modify, Convert, and here I have NURBS to polygons. I use the option box because I like to use quads. The default settings are like these, but in most cases quads are just, I'm not an expert in polygon modeling, but the quads make more sense to me, really. All the other things I'll leave as they are. Now I have two polygon surfaces, and I can hide the rest Actually, I could delete the rest, but it doesn't really matter. So the first one is this one. Let me modify it slightly. So I press F8 again, so I get to the components. You can do the same thing by right mouse clicking and vertex, because we need the vertices now. And now we need the soft selection. So I press B again. That's double clicking here, soft selection active. And now I select this one, go to center pivot. That makes the pivot the main rotation translation anchor jump to the center of the object, and then I press the key X in order to move it somewhere on the grid here. And now I freeze the transformation here. That means Maya forgets about everything which where this thing came from. I do the same here. You see the locator sits in the center of the scene, whereas the leaf is down there. So let us go to center pivot, and then I move it up and move it to the center of the scene with a key X. So they're both together now. Now freeze the transformation, so everything is fine now. Last thing before we jump into the magnitude of mesh is we give the two objects different colors. So with these two leaves, we'll create a mesh network now. And in fact, we'll create a mesh network, and later on we'll create another mesh network, because I want to show you two ways to distribute these leaves over the surface. Let's scale them smaller so they are more realistically scaled. Now we go to mesh and we create a mesh network. You see a distribution of brown leaves, 2 of them. Maybe you have 10. I don't know why it's it used to be 10 here in this number of points here. If I type in 10, we have 10. Maybe this is how you start. Why don't we see the green ones? Well, because we need a particle ID node, so to say. It's ID call, and you add an ID node, and now you see the green ones appear as well. The distribution is quite nice, really. It makes a nice pattern here, and when you go to the distribution here, instead of linear, you can for example, place them on a grid, which gives you a nice layout for a card game, for example. Just keep this in mind. We don't want to go for that anyway, but this is just a good start here. What we'll do now is we go to mesh, and we want to paint the structure right here. So we go to a placer node, add a placer node. And the placer node has paint icons here. This one is for adding new points to the grid. But we need something to paint on, and that's this area here. It accepts a mesh. And what we'll do, simply we create a polygon plane, and right mouse click, go to vertex, and you see I still have soft selection on. And I just rotate this part a little bit, move it up, and move this one down. So I get a little bit of a irregular structure here. Right mouse click, object mode, I'm back again. And now I go to the mesh again. Here I have the placer, and this is the field which we want to fill with our plane. We need to use the middle mouse button here. So I middle mouse drag the polygon plane right in here, and mesh reports it's connected. I'm fine now. And now I can place my leaves over the surface. Only the brown ones, as you can see. Why is that? So when you go down in the mesh placer to the ID mode, it's currently set to fixed. That's why we're painting with just one ID, so to say, which are the brown leaves here. But if you set this to random, Actually, we could keep it there, and instead of 0, we create 1 now. We go back to our painting mode. And now we're painting. Actually, we need to unhide. We need to hide this plane here for a second. We're painting green leaves now, because we have the ID 1 now. The ID 0 is this one. We need to go back to this icon, brown. The ID 1, back to this icon here, is green. And when we choose random from 0 to 1, you can erase them, except for the first ones, really, the starting ones, which we can deactivate later anyway. Now we're painting both of them. When we paint on the surface, they overlap each other right here. For example, you can make them not collide while you paint. So let's erase most of them here, like this. You could make the eraser bigger or smaller, whatever. Go back here and draw in some leaves. Now they overlap. And when we activate Collide on Create, they won't overlap. They avoid each other. Even when I keep painting in this area, they kind of avoid each other. If you want that to be strict, so this overlapping here, which is not really an overlapping, but here they're slightly above or underneath each other. If you want to avoid this, you go to strict. So that's the first way to distribute your leaves here on this surface. Now I stop the rendering here and I delete basically everything except for the leaves. We go back to mesh now, and we have the same as before. We go to the back to the mesh here and the world node. Add the world node, and you already see that they distribute in an interesting way, sort of randomly. And this depends on the cluster mode. So let's work in that world node from the top to the bottom. First of all, we need to change the ball to a terrestrial ecosystem, because the leaves are distributed on the ground according to where the trees are and where the seeds were, actually. We need to open the terrestrial ecosystem now. And we want an ecosystem age of not 40 years, but for example 500 years. And now we have a lot of leaves here. Let me double click the genotype editor and reduce the model size to 1 and start with a distribution of 50. Now you can see what I meant. You have a central distribution right here, but you have very high density right here and right here, because it is an ecosystem. It has the underlying rules of biological distribution. One tree sits here, and it drops the seeds down here. Then the wind, because the wind is in the simulation as well, moves them over here. All of a sudden tree grows here, and after 500 years you see lots of trees, in this case leaves, distributed in this peculiar way here, which is very nice indeed. And let's go back to the mesh network now, because we are missing our second leaf. It's only one leaf type here, and that's where we introduce an ID node again. And now we have both leaves here. You see the more round ones and the more poked ones. And if you go to the introduce a light now, a sky dome light, and render this, you see this amazing distribution of leaves of both kinds all over the landscape. Well, and having said this, I wish you a good day as always, and this is just an introduction to the methods, the powerful methods of distributing many objects of more or less the same kind using Mesh. And there are lots of Mesh tutorials out there on YouTube and Vimeo, and one of the best ones are from the developers of Mesh, which is basically a company called Mainframe North, and I give you the link in the description below. Bye bye.